I'm turning into my father, Jon Bramnick. I said,
It's working. It's working well.
I think it's a good thing. Mr. Leader,
We all
great.
turn into our kids. Parents. There was actually a speaker who said, I'm going to save you thousands of dollars from psychiatric treatment. You are your parents.
Yeah, just deal with it. Just deal with it, right? You look good, John. How are you? Mr. Leader right there.
Thank you so much.
This is the leader on the GOP side down in the Assembly in the great state of New Jersey. He does a great job. He's bipartisan. He's one of those great politicians that I tell you, when we bring politicians to the airwaves, there's only a handful that are public servants. John, you're one of them. I've seen you there.
Thank you.
I went down there. When I went down and I met, he goes, hey, Joe, come on, I'll meet you. You meet the governor. You go meet. He took me all around when they were doing an Italian-American event there in the, it was in the Assembly, right?
Yeah. Assembly chambers.
And then we went down there, and you took me down to what they call the caucus down on the Republican side, and we said hi, everybody. And then you said we're going to across the DMZ, the militarized zone, and we went and we talked to all our Democrat
And
friends.
that's when the Democrats look up and go, "What's Bramnick doing on this side?"
You know.
Then they see Joe Piscopo and say, "We're good." You get a pass when you're with Joe Piscopo. You're passed. Go ahead, right in, sir. Not a problem.
You know what? It was great. They welcomed you. It was good, as it should be, John. The divide in politics. What's going on, brother? You know.
Well, you know, it's unfortunate because people get in their corners and they don't want to hear what the other person says. And that's unfortunate because if you don't hear what the other people say, how do you come to any kind of compromise?
Yeah.
How would you like to do that in your family or your business?
Yeah.
Not listen to anybody else in your family
Yeah.
or your business.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what you'd accomplish? Nothing.
Yeah.
You have no relationships and basically you would lose everything.
I got a great idea for a fundraiser, though. I'm going to get to the book. John wrote this great book I want to get to, but I think you should have a WWE like SmackDown match between Senator Sweeney and Governor Murphy, and you should referee it, and we should sell
I think
tickets.
Murphy's going to get hurt early in that. Have you ever seen Sweeney's a steel worker? I don't think Murphy's
Come
even
on.
coming out of his corner.
Close
But wait a
closed
minute,
cage
but
match.
If it involves Murphy raising taxes, he may get in.
Yeah, you know.
You know, like this. If you could put a tax on it, he might show up and wrestle.
What's going on down there with? Do you think Steve Sweeney? I have to ask you. I know it's tough for you to say because you really do. You keep a very nice demeanor with the governor, who's a very nice guy, and Steve Sweeney, the head of the Senate, who's another great guy. Will Steve Sweeney primary the governor in a Democratic primary in the state of New Jersey?
No. And the reason is because in a Democratic primary, you have to run to the left. And you can't run to the left of Murphy because he's as far left as you can get.
That's true.
So Sweeney is two in the middle to win a Democratic primary. But he's come up with some very good, smart ideas in terms of balancing the budget. Excuse me. And I think he's on the right path.
You know, this is John's book, by the way. He's one of the funniest lawyers in the state of New Jersey. By the way, the funniest lawyer. He got that award, and he's one of the funniest. Why people don't like you. This is a great book. But I think that what we should do. And check. Go close on that, George, if you would. We're on YouTube and Facebook right now. This is the book you want to get on Amazon from Jon Bramnick. Very, very funny. And I like there's illustrations in it for like dumb guys like me.
My wife did all that. She's an artist.
Did she do that?
And actually, Governor Christie said, "Well, I read the book. What did you do? Your wife wrote the whole book." I go, "This wife supervised it."
I love this. Don't play. There's little advice, and it's very, very funny. Like, don't place your drink on someone's wooden table. We all do that, but you can't. You should never do that. It will always leave that little ring there, right?
Probably not a great idea. Here's one of my favorite. You come to my house, and I say, "Don't bring anything. Bring something."
Yeah.
You know, or you call them and say, "What should I bring?" Now I got to pick my own gift. Here's one for you. You bring a bottle of wine to my house, and then 5 minutes later you ask me to open your bottle of wine. So now it's no longer a gift. It's your bottle of wine. You want to drink at my house.
With a chore for you.
Don't drink out of the stir stick.
Now, have you seen that?
Yes,
you
we
go
have.
to a bar, they give you that little teeny stir stick. That is not a straw. Do you have to put a sign on that? You just like a mixing stick, a swirl stick, and you want these like 400-pound or 300-pound muscle people to drink it out of a straw. It's not a straw. They shouldn't even allow it.
This is good advice. This is from Jon Bramnick's book, Why People Don't Like You. Don't ever argue about youth sports. God bless you for bringing that
You
up.
ever see somebody screaming?
Oh, they get crazy,
It's a
man.
7-year-old contest in Little League, and they're screaming at the ref. Okay, maybe at the Yankee game, fine. but not at the Little League game in Clark, New Jersey.
Yeah,
okay?
your kid's not Derek Jeter. Like, take it easy.
Right, the umpire's volunteering or getting paid
Right,
30
right. Getting
bucks.
screamed at. He's getting $20 to do the game. He's getting yelled at.
Here's another one. If you went to an Ivy League school, don't bring it up in every conversation. You ever go, how you doing? I go, well, I just got back from my roommate with Princeton. I said, you went to Princeton 37 years ago. Oh, right. So, I appreciate you went to Harvard, Yale. Okay, no offense to people who went there, but, let me figure it out as opposed to you tell me every 20 you're wearing your Yale sweatshirt. Okay, fine. None of us got in there. That's why.
I'm
Maybe
smart.
you
You're
do.
not. It's like that. Don't say. Here's some advice from Mr. Bramnick. Don't say sorry to interrupt if you are interrupting for no real reason. That's a good idea.
Unless there's a fire.
Yeah,
Then you can interrupt.
Say that.
The other thing is, here's one you see. You ever see a husband and wife, and they're having a discussion, and he says, and the husband goes, "Well, last Tuesday at 3:00," he goes, she said, "I think it was 4:00," and now they argue over it's 3:00 or 4:00. Do not discuss minor details that are unimportant with the other person and argue over it. Nobody cares.
It's so embarrassing.
That'd be me.
That would be,
We're
no,
going
this
to
is yours.
underline that section.
This is for Al.
Here.
This is the book from Jon Bramnick. This is a fun read and some great advice. Why people don't like
Can I
you.
do one other?
This is yes,
The
please.
people who back up when they miss their exit on the turnpike.
Oh!
Let me ask you a question. You missed the exit. It's about 4 miles down. That's about 4 minutes, okay? And it may save your life. They're genius.
That's right.
Why
How about
do they
people-
do that?
How
Why
about
do they
people
do?
rush into an elevator thinking nobody's coming out? This is not the maiden voyage of the elevator. There could be something in the somebody in the elevator.
Wait till you go down our elevator when you leave. That happens every single
So
day.
here, this is for Al. Grudges are a complete waste of time, and they consume energy needed to be successful.
Yeah. And
Get over it.
I'm over it. It doesn't affect my life. That's why I don't let my sister bother me.
Here's
I don't
another.
talk to her.
Don't tell people they look tired unless you're their mother or
done
their
that.
doctor.
I've
This
done
whole
that.
book should be dedicated to
Yeah,
Al.
really. You want to sign my copy?
Yeah, absolutely. I know it.
He said the same thing. I walk in there and they go. Somebody said this to me. I was picking up the kids, running around crazy, and I'm going one kid, then the next kid, another school, another kid. I've been up since 3:00 in the morning. So and one lady goes, "You look tired." I am tired. I'm exhausted. I've been up since 3:00 in the morning. You don't tell them.
I'm going to get him a sign made that just says it looks tired.
Basically, they're telling you look bad.
I know. I look
You
tired.
might as well say you look bad.
It's tough to take it as a compliment.
I got one other. At the YMCA in the morning, when you come over and talk to me about politics, wrap yourself in a towel. There's always a guy. It's always the older people. They come over and they go like, "Can I talk to you about that marijuana legislation?" I said, "You can. First, go over there and grab yourself those white things. Those are included. They're free. Wrap yourself up, and we'll have a long conversation." And it's never young people. It's always
Right.
guys about 90.
But at least you'll talk to them. Mayor de Blasio chases them out of the Y in Brooklyn.
Yeah,
So that's
no. But it's so true, John. Why you're a real scratch golfer. You're a great golfer.
No,
But
I don't think.
no, you are. Aren't you?
Oh yeah, no, not that good. I'm okay.
But
I
you
can get
play it
through
all-
the
you-
round.
you're always
yeah, I
at-
play all the time.
I
and
go.
then
I hear
that's-
Jon Bramnick's at Baltusrol. You're at the Echo Lake thing with Vic Ritchell hanging around playing the golf. You're with all the guys playing some games.
Most of the time, raising money.
Yeah,
or
that's
telling
it.
jokes.
But why do people walk over you with you? I mean, is it me? Is it like I don't want to be naked in the locker room. I feel very uncomfortable there. Maybe I'm inferior, but don't put the towel on. Is that too much to ask? Is there?
It must be.
Can you put a sign up in the locker room?
Yeah, I don't think they'd follow it. See, it's like the people who need this book aren't buying it.
Yeah.
It's the same people. That person walking around in a birthday suit at the YMCA is not going to get it.
Oh.
Somehow they were told working around's okay.
5 Barrels, listen, don't place your hand on the rim of my cup.
Lesson learned.
Boom.
Yes.
Boom, just like that.
Have you ever seen that
Oh,
in a
please.
diner? They
Me?
walk in, they take their hand, they put it over the top of the cup, right the area that you're drinking from. Where did you learn how to be a waitress or a waiter? Well, I don't understand.
That's a very Bayonne thing. They do that out there
Why
in
would you-
Bayonne. Yeah.
I just don't get that.
No, this is funny too, John.
Don't
When you-
save seats at the pool.
if
That's
it-
the other thing. They get there at 6 in the morning and they throw towels on it, and then they don't show up until 11. Then they leave for lunch for 2 hours. Their towels are still there. I
Come
just
to
knock
Clark.
them off.
Come to the community pool at Clark. Happens all the
Just
time.
knock the towels off.
Yeah.
I go, I didn't see no towel. I don't know.
This is where I'm guilty too. But I've learned to do this. If you have to look at your phone, apologize before you do it. That's great. Did you mind if I check my phone for a second? That's good. That's good etiquette.
Well, how many times you're sitting across? Here's another one. You get to a restaurant and you're out for dinner with people. The first thing they do, they grab the menu and they start studying the menu. Remember, we came out for dinner with each other, not the menu. So don't grab the menu. And also, if you're there first, take the worst seat. Like if there's a seat overlooking the lake, right?
Yeah.
And there's one looking back in the restaurant, take the one looking back in the restaurant.
Oh, is that right? Yeah.
I think so.
Just to be polite. Just
I'm
to
not
be
saying
polite.
first of all, I violate every one of these.
So no.
I'm just making a suggestion for other people.
To get him in here, we had to get him to put a towel on. My goodness.
But look, don't be the person who always brings up politics and religion at parties. I'm guilty at that. You start talking about stuff like you get it all the time as a politician. You go, "Hey, John, what about this? What about that?" How
I
do you?
got one last one. How about this?
What's that?
The only people who care about your success is your mother and father. Like people are telling you, oh. And the other thing, there is one small group of people we should tax, okay? And I'm against any new taxes. The people who brag about all they got. You know, I got boats and I got houses and I got cars and I got all this stuff like this. Guess what? If you brag, let's put a little tax on them.
That's so true. A tax on people are bragging.
We'll call it the big shot.
So
tax.
I got what we're going to do. This is the minority leader in the assembly. This is a very powerful man, and in my opinion, the most powerful guy in New Jersey is right here. And he's a good friend, and he's a great guy. So, governorship coming up. People aren't happy with Governor Murphy. But by the way, do respect to Governor Murphy. Nice guy. Nice guy. I don't know that there's a nicer guy than Governor Murphy.
Very nice guy.
So, but if you want to go up against taxation and all the legalization of marijuana, which we don't understand as parents, at least I'm speaking for myself. So, are you going to run for Governor Jon Bramnick? Are you definitely in?
Well, you know I'm running for my seat in November this year. So clearly, you can't make any decision until you win your assembly seat.
And
back
that's
stay
in
as
November?
Republican leader, and that's in November. And then after that election, the gubernatorial election is 2 years out from that, which gives you plenty of time to find a gubernatorial candidate like Joe Piscopo. See, it's perfect. If you get the Piscopo-Bramnick team, right? You think about that. Instead of going to a boring rally, you go to a comedy song extravaganza. We win. Hands down, no question. You think about it like this: you want to go listen to a political speech? No. You want to see Piscopo do some entertaining? Yeah. So I'll tell you, we kill it in New Jersey.
You think we can do it? Huh?
Good point. And you could write songs related to the high taxes.
Yeah.
And people would love it.
Yep.
As opposed to the typical political speak where you don't know what the people are talking about.
And also we have the answers. There's so many things about creating revenue, cutting spending, working indeed with the unions. I always said that you shouldn't tax the first responders, John. I was thinking of the police, the firefighters, even the teachers, the first responders. Maybe they don't pay a state income tax, and then we can negotiate the union deals a little bit better with that caveat up front like that. But if you go in, if you run, and they say, Joe, you got to run for governor. We're so busy here at the radio station. We're about to take it up a notch, and we're doing some great things. If you go in, if I was the lieutenant governor and like kind of an ambassador, I'm just putting this out, and then maybe could I keep my job and not take a salary? Is that allowed in the state of New Jersey?
Well, what we would do is we'd amend the statute, right? And we'll get the votes in the Assembly and the Senate.
Yeah.
I'm not sure Murphy's going to sign that bill. And what we'll do is we'll make the lieutenant governor a part-time job, right? With a minimum salary, like we are.
Well, I wouldn't take a salary.
Okay, fine. That's perfect. Well, lieutenant governor gets paid nothing, and you can work at your leisure or work here, and we'll kill it. Are you kidding?
Come on.
We're done.
Frankie,
I like that.
we got our political expert right there.
I
Five
mean,
boroughs?
I think it'd be great. I urge you to do the same thing in 2017.
Because
I think it'd be great.
We got a break, but John, I got to tell you, I've seen, and I say because I love you as a friend, I've seen you work down there in the assembly, and you're masterful at it because it comes from your heart. There's not a let's make a deal or anything like that. And I know you're willing to work with everybody like that. So if you ever took that top job, and anything can happen in 2 years, anything can happen. Think about it. We could rip it up. We could go out, and instead of doing like campaign stops, you're right. We'll do like shows.
Anything but
Bring a band?
normal rhetoric that you hear in politics is a winner. That's one of the reasons, Trump won. Because he sounded different than every politician on the stage, or a lot of people on the stage. I can guarantee that Joe Piscopo will not sound like the average politician. People don't like politicians, and I understand why.
And Jon Bramnick is right here. The name of the book. I have so many questions. Frankie gave me some great questions. We got to break the legalization of marijuana. I'm so against it.
I voted no very simply, and here's why. Because I'm not going to endorse another drug. We got so many problems with drugs and alcohol.
Thank you.
Look, you can talk about marijuana all you want. I'm not putting my fingerprints on it based on what I'm seeing. And look, I don't want people to go to jail. I don't want people to have criminal records, but I certainly don't want to endorse it.
Yeah, it is. Jon Bramnick right there. He's the leader in the assembly on the GOP side. Here's the name of the book. It's right there. You got to check this book out. This is actually very funny, Johnny. Why People Don't Like You by Jon Bramnick right there. Boom. You don't want to miss that. Thank you, Mr. Leader. Great to have you with us.
Thank you,
John.
John.
Great to have you
Thanks
with
so
us.
much.
Hey, Debbie's out there, 921 right there. Oh, Debbie Duhane, Michael's sister. How about that? How about that?
I
Huh?
love her. I just love her. I just sent her a picture to Mike when I was watching this show, the YouTube show.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just sent it. She's fabulous.
Debbie owns it. She owns the roads.
John.
Where is she?
Oh, hi, John.
No,
I'm
John's looking
up
at-
here.
No.
I'm here. Hi, John.
She's in the traffic center right there. It would cost too much to bring her in, right, Deb? So
in the traffic center. I thought she was in a car driving.
no, there
around.
she is. No,
Oh, there she is. I
Hi.
thought they stand outside the Holland Tunnel and ask people, "How's it going back there?" Like the squeegee guys. Put the antenna.
that's
So
me.
where were you? I was at Route 4. How's it going? I don't know. It was 20 minutes ago. All right, that's okay. We'll tell people. Which is the best lane? I don't know. The left lane, I guess.
I gotta let John do the traffic.